Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jai Gobind and this is your channel for grace. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. Please give the video a thumbs up, and I'm super excited to share with you that my Aquarian astrology course is now available for purchase, or registration is now open for module 1, which will be held on a live Zoom call on May 5th of 2020 at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. And then that class will be uploaded onto the course content webpage. So if you want to get some details about that, check the description of this video. I am super excited. This will be the level 1 astrology course, and we will learn about the basics of astrology. This video is about Pluto going retrograde. So today is April 24th, and Pluto has officially gone retrograde. He will be retrograde until October 2nd of 2020. And so this is quite a bit of time for us to feel this energy. Now, when Pluto goes retrograde, it's a time of reflection. He's asking us to reflect on what's been happening and what's changed and shifted in our lives in this last few months since the beginning of the year. Pluto has also been in Capricorn since 2008 and will be in Capricorn until 2024. So the theme for Pluto in Capricorn is going to be affecting us, has been affecting us for a while, and will continue to affect us for a few more years. This energy is all about getting rid of the old structures, getting rid of the old ways of doing things, and embarking on a completely new way. We are transitioning into the Aquarian age, so this is natural for us to have to release and let go and go through these tower moments so that we can come out on the other side as a better humanity, as better people, more engaged with each other, more alive, more connected to our heart center. So this isn't something to fear. This retrograde is actually something to be thankful for and grateful for, because we will now be able to take a moment to pause and reflect. After all of these powerful changes have been going on, we take a moment to rest, a little bit like the Hanged Man card, and just see and feel and reflect on everything that's been going on. So this pick a card reading is to give you some more guidance and a message for you from this Pluto retrograde. So we have 4 piles here in front of you. You're going to pick the one that you're drawn to, and then you're going to go into the description of the video if you're on your desktop, or the comment section below, and click on the timestamp for the pile that you picked. So this is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. And we'll get right into the readings, and I can't wait to see you also on my Aquarian astrology module 1 course. So make sure to check the description for the link to information about that. Thank you guys so much. Let's get into the readings. All right, pile number 1, the theme for you is the Tower card, and then you've got the 4 tarot cards of the Sun, the 5 of Swords, the 9 of Wands, and the King of Wands. So the Tower card being here is symbolic of Pluto. Pluto represents the Tower card. Pluto rules the 8th house, and he also rules the sign of Scorpio. And so Pluto in Scorpio in the 8th house is the Tower moment. And the Tower moment is when things in our lives start to fall apart. But the reason they're falling apart, there's always something on the other side. It seems like there's no end. It seems like we will just suffer. But the truth is that the tower must fall, because you cannot live this way anymore. Something needs to change. And the only way for it to change is if you either surrender to the new path, to what you're being asked to move into, or resist it. And if you resist the change, the tower will fall. It'll be like you'll fall from higher up. So that's what the tower represents here. It's just a moment in time where things may seem like they're falling apart, but it is not the end. And that's what you have to remember. You may have been experiencing, since the beginning of the year, a tower moment, and now you are having to reflect on this tower moment. Now the Sun card this is about you, this is about your soul, this is about your identity, this is about joy. I think that joy is coming, and you will see it very soon, but you have to have that faith, which the Sun card represents. It's the fire that warms your heart. The next card we have is the Five of Swords, and the Five of Swords is about, it's like an empty victory. It's almost like you're fighting, you won this battle, but the battle is not over, and the battle might not even have been, worth it, honestly, because this feels like a little bit of an empty victory. But you have been, wounded in a way. That's what this card represents. You have won this battle, but you have been wounded. And with the Nine of Wands right next to it, that means that what has happened is that you have actually become a stronger person, and you are prepared for what comes next. And you're prepared in the way of the King of Wands, which is the energy of being grounded, knowing your desires, being a generous person, being a leader. The kings of the tarot are always leaders. So you're stepping into your power basically by learning how to be happy, by learning how to be joyous, and really moving away from the Tower moment, so that letting it happen, surrendering to it, so that you can rise through the ashes. This is a little bit of the Phoenix story, because the sun is the fire element as well, and you can see the fire here in the Tower card, and Pluto being the representation of the underworld and dying and death. Is you go through death, through a symbolic death ritual, and you emerge on the other side, like the phoenix rising through the ashes. And that's the energy that I'm feeling for you with this retrograde. Is there's something really, really beautiful coming for you. You have you've been battling it out for sure, but now you're stronger and you're learning how to step into your power. These three cards are astrological influences, and you've got the 10th house, which is the house of career. So think about the things that are going on in your career life. Think about how you show up to the world. These are things that you should be reflecting on, and what needs to be changed in those areas. Also think about what you're healing, what your healing path is right now. Chiron is the wounded healer, and you kind of embody that energy right now. What you need to tune into more than anything else is your emotions. The water element represents the emotions. So the more that you connect to your emotions, the more that you'll be able to understand what's going on and to go with the flow and to surrender to it. There's a moment right now of a standstill. So this is what a retrograde feels like. It feels like things have stopped, and now you get to look at the whole thing. And people are afraid of retrogrades, but the truth is that retrogrades give us a rest. The planets all have been direct for a really long time now, and the retrogrades are going to start making us go and have this internal journey. It needs to happen. We all need to reflect on what's going on the planet, and for us individually as well. And for you, this is a reflection and a surrendering into the divine. You get the full moon, and the moon is ruled by a water sign, which is Cancer. So you are here being asked to surrender to the divine knowledge that it will be coming through for you. And the ultimate, aspect of this reading for you is the oyster card, which is the animal spirit deck. And the oyster, you can see from this image, she has... or he, whatever. It's confused. I don't think it has a sex, but this oyster is shining from within, but it's closed. So the symbolism there is that you haven't yet let your inner light out. That comes back to the sun card. The sun card is you letting your inner light out. So this is a moment of, it's like a preparation for you to really shine from within, to be happy, to be in your own unique self, because that's what the sun is about. The sun is the first house. It's who you are. It represents your soul. So it's about you coming through loud and clear and being fully comfortable with who you are. And this is the process that this Jupiter or this Pluto retrograde is going to be doing for you. So let me know in the comments how this reading resonated for you, and definitely check out the link to sign up for my Aquarian Astrology Module 1 course, where we will be talking about the basics of astrology and learning how to read astrology and read your own chart. So if you're interested, class is happening on May 5th. Make sure to sign up right now. See you guys soon. All right, pile number 2, your theme for this Pluto retrograde reading is the Starseed card. I just love that card. I love how this energy, it looks like a soul coming down into the lotus flower. which is connected to the crown chakra. So this is you receiving, it's like you coming down from the stars into someone's, into a body, literally a physical body. And the 4 tarot cards that follow it just kind of expand on this message. And you've got the Knight of Wands, the 3 of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups. So the Starseed card, this represents you right now. You are someone who has come from a different place in the universe. And there's something within you that has desired so much to be of service to planet Earth, this beautiful jewel in the universe, that you decided to incarnate as a human being and live out a very powerful, very, very clear and chosen purpose to help in the ascension of humanity. That is what a starseed is. So if you have felt in your life that you have felt different your whole life, if you have felt that you don't belong and you could never feel like you're home, it's because this planet is not really your home. So you miss home, but you have to find ways here to connect with your purpose, and that will help you feel like you're home. The Knight of Wands is the energy of someone advancing, someone moving forward. So on your path, on your purpose right now here on Earth, you're advancing, you're moving forward, you're doing the work. The 3 of Wands is you looking forward towards what is ahead of you and being ready to work with other people, to keep moving forward in your path. But in terms of like when it comes to actually making things happen, you can see it. You can clearly see what you're ready for, and that's what this 3 of Wands represents. You're standing there looking off into the horizon. And what you need to be doing right now during this retrograde is you need to be studying, you need to be focusing, you need to be reflecting on everything that has happened in your life since the beginning of this year. The Page of Pentacles is about studying. It's the scholar. It's the one who yearns for more knowledge. So knowledge will help you here during this transition. And the Page of Cups is about being in your heart center. The Page of Cups brings a message of love. And if you see the fish inside the cup, that's the symbol of Pisces, which is connection to the divine, connecting to your heart center. So you have this beautiful energy in this reading of progress, moving forward, gaining more knowledge, remembering things from the ancient worlds, from divine, from the Akashic records, and then bringing it here and serving it to the world, to humanity. The astrology cards that I pulled for you are Saturn, Pisces, and the South Node. So these 3 cards are significant in their own ways. Saturn is the planet of responsibility. It's about maturing. It's also about life purpose. But Saturn is actually the ruler of the sign of Capricorn, which Pluto is in right now. Pluto in Capricorn, which is a Saturn-ruled sign, is about destroying the old structures and building new things. And so our purpose as starseeds and lightworkers is to take over. When this transition starts to happen, it's time for us to take over. That's why we're stepping into maturity, and that's why you are part of this process of stepping into maturity. And Saturn will help you become that leader. Pisces is going to help you to connect to your heart center, to that space, and the divine, and trust in your intuition and the messages that you receive. You can see the similarities between the energies of this Pisces card and the Starseed card. The colors are different. There's a lot of light energy. It's very beautiful. It's magnificent. It's like blinding in a way, but in a beautiful way. And then the South Node is karmic patterns, cycles in life that are ending. The South Node is in Capricorn right now as well, which is also, the Saturn-ruled sign. But the South Node in Capricorn is what's asking us to move away from those old structures. So you innately, because the South Node is also about past lives and being understanding and being familiar with what's happened in the past. You are very familiar with it because your soul understands it, and in a collective sense. It sees the bigger perspective of things. So you understand where we're going, you see where we're going, and you are preparing yourself to lead the way. what's also happening for you in your life and in the world at large right now is that we're healing chaos. This is beautiful image of a tornado, but with butterflies flying around it. And that's so Pluto. That's very Pluto energy. It's like the chaos happens, but it always brings this beautiful thing that comes out of it. And you innately know that this is really what's happening right now to planet Earth. And so the full moon in Libra, where you know there's a win-win situation or a win-win outcome is forecast, and you know that we're moving towards balance, will help you understand your path and your purpose at this time. But you are definitely stepping into purpose. And the unicorn is your animal guide for this Mercury, Mercury is going to go retrograde too, but for this Pluto retrograde, because the unicorn is about having faith. It's about believing. It's about, knowing what you stand for. But really do you believe? Do you believe it? Because you need to believe it to see it. It's not the other way around. We like to think we have to see it to believe it, but it's not that way. You have to believe it, and then it'll be shown to you. So trust yourself, trust your faith, trust your intuition, and let me know how this reading resonated with you in the comments. And I can't wait to see you, hopefully, for my Aquarian Astrology Module 1 course happening on May 5th at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Make sure you sign up. The link is in the description of this video, and I hope you have a good rest of your weekend. Sat Nam. All right, pile number 3. Your theme for this Pluto retrograde is the solar deity card, which is the sun card. And the 4 tarot cards that follow this message and give more meaning to the solar deity card is the 5 of Cups, the King of Pentacles, the 9 of Cups, and the 3 of Pentacles. So let's talk about the solar deity. What I see in this card is this is where you stand. You are going through a process where the universe is teaching you how to find your joy. The universe is teaching you how to find your soul. The universe is teaching you how to discover who you truly are. The sun represents our sense of self. It's our soul. It's the things that we love and our true essence. And it really is about gratitude and joy, because the soul is always in this beautiful space of light. The soul is pretty much light. It's energy. And you can feel the energy of the soul when you connect to your soul, because you feel really good. So this is good. This is good to have this card as a theme, because it means that the direction that you're moving towards is connecting more to yourself. However, with the 5 of Cups, you have been dealing with a lot of grief. And since the beginning of the year, things have been happening for you that have not felt good. You're being asked to let go of things that you weren't ready to let go of, and so the grief is just making it really difficult for you to move through what's happening. However, the King of Pentacles is all about having experience and being grounded and understanding that in order to build a new world, to build your life back up, even though you've had to let go of all of these things, you need to find your grounding, and you need to trust that when you ask for something from the place of your soul, from the place of gratitude, it will come true. The 9 of Cups is all about your wishes coming true. So you're doing the work. You have to trust that it's all moving in the right direction, and it's all guiding you to exactly where you need to be. The 3 of Pentacles is about getting rewarded for the work that you're doing. It's the fact that you are not alone, and that it's almost like we're in this together. Even though you may not be working with other people towards your higher purpose, or you may not realize that you're working with other people, you actually are on an energetic level working with a lot of other beings who are putting in their heart and soul to helping humanity and ascending the planet. So whatever you're dealing with, whatever losses you are having to deal with right now, trust that it's all part of a divine plan, and that you will see it all unfold very soon. We all will. These 3 astrological cards that I pulled for you are the Grand Trine. So this is like blessings coming your way. The 2nd house is about finances. So it's financial blessings that are coming your way. And the Mercury retrograde card is all about reinventing yourself. also reflecting, but reinventing yourself. And so that's what's happening for you. These are all really good things. You are moving towards success in your life, and the panther in this picture represents childhood, the inner child, and the inner child work. And so that's the work that you're doing. You're releasing. That's why there's been so much grief, because you're doing the work energetically deep within, in the space of your soul and your inner child. And that can feel very like draining sometimes, but it's very liberating when you get to the other side. So focus on giving rather than taking right now. Focus on being of service to the world. And this is the new moon in Virgo. And the thing that's going to serve you the most right now is to remember to see the beauty all around you. That is what the hummingbird is all about. The hummingbird drinks from the nectar of love, from the nectar of God. So see the beauty all around you, and things will slowly, you'll slowly start to see things very differently and with much more gratitude, and connect to your soul. I would love to know how this reading resonated with you in the comments of this video below. And please check out the link to sign up for my Aquarian Astrology Module 1 course, where we will learn all about the basics of astrology, the language of astrology, how astrology works. This will be happening live on May 5th, and then after that you'll be able to purchase the replay. But I hope to see you live, because you'll get to ask live questions on that show. So thank you so much. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you guys soon. Satnam. All right, pile number 4. Your theme for this Pluto retrograde is the Star card. And then these 4 tarot cards follow and add more meaning to this message. So the 4 tarot cards are the 2 of Wands, the 4 of Swords, the Lover's card, and the Hanged Man. Let's talk about the Star. The Star is actually the card that represents Aquarius. So this represents the Aquarian age. This represents the universe. This represents the future. And we're moving into that future. And you getting this card tells me that you're in tune with where we're going as a collective. And it's almost like, because of this, the 2 of Wands, you can literally see he's holding the earth in his hands. It's like the world is in your hands, because you know the knowledge, you understand the deeper secrets of the universe. And so it's easy for you to see that bigger perspective of what's happening in all of humanity. This is a time for you, though, with the 4 of Swords and the Hanged Man. Getting both of those cards in a reading is really about you really taking the time to rest and take care of yourself, and wait, literally wait, because something is moving us forward, and you are obviously, with these cards, letting yourself go with the flow. The Star in this picture, he's literally in a boat that floats through the universe, and the water is what represents that flow of life. But you're literally going with the flow, and you're being a leader and guiding people into the future. Now, the Lover's card could mean a physical relationship, but it also the strengthening of any relationship, or it also can symbolize that you're having to make an important decision right now. And it's important also to remember that the Lover's card is also about the Gemini energy, and Gemini is all about communication. So communication is the key right now. You're strengthening your relationship with yourself, and you're strengthening your relationship with the people around you by going with the flow and being that leader that the world needs right now. The 3 astrological cards that you got are, these are very significant. All of these cards are really important. The Sun and the Moon, which basically talks about an eclipse. It's either a new moon or a full moon. When the Sun and the Moon come together, it's a solar eclipse. When the Sun and the Moon are opposing, it's a lunar eclipse. Either way, the Moon is about facing your fears and connecting to your emotions, and the Sun is about expressing yourself and getting yourself out there in the world and taking action and connecting to your soul as well. And then look at this. You also get the Aquarius card. I know, the future. This is knowledge. This is a deep connection. This is understanding. This is like prophetic almost in a way. There's so much synchronicity in this reading. If you take the time to rest, you will receive the messages that are here for you. there is so much potential for you during this time. And like I said, then there's the Gemini card, the Gemini new moon, all about communication. We will actually be having a new moon in Gemini in, I believe, towards the end of May, I believe. And so that's going to be an important moment for you. Be on the lookout for what is going on and what that means for you in your own chart, depending on your sun sign and rising sign. And I always do new moon and full moon ceremonies and astrology videos, so there'll be more information out there on the Gemini new moon, but it is about communication. So you're opening up the communication to the divine, the communication to the universe, and you're receiving these messages from the future, because that's what the star is all about, and that's what Aquarius is all about. So trust your intuition. Now, the crocodile is the card that is here to, the animal that is here to guide you through this retrograde. And the crocodile lives mostly like in the water, kind of submerged mostly, which is interesting. It does eat and it does go on land, but it really loves to be in the water. And the water is the moon, the water is the emotions. But what this card represents is it's reminding you to take a step back from the external world and turn inward. So now is not the time for decisions, action, or discussion, but it's actually a time for you to go within and reflect. And that is seen in the Four of Swords in this reading and the Hanged Man. So now this is the third card that says, look, something's wanting to come through. There's knowledge that's wanting to come through, but the universe needs you to be still and to listen. So I would recommend meditation, every day doing meditation, or journaling, or some kind of visualization to help you get into a clear space to clear that channel so you can receive the information that's coming to you, because something really powerful is happening here. There's a lot of like powerful alignments, especially with the sun and the moon and the star and the Aquarius card and the lovers and the Gemini moon and everything. All of it is like, wow, very clear, very powerful message. So I would love to know in the comments how this resonated with you. And please check out the link to sign up for the Aquarian Astrology Module 1 course happening on May 5th. We will be talking about the basics of astrology, how astrology works, the language of astrology, the astrological ages, and much more in this class. So I'm so excited to begin this program, and I hope to see you there as well. Have a great weekend, and I will see you again soon. Sat Nam.